Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Joshua Suliruka here, your host of the Impact Podcast Show. Now, before I do introduce our next special guest, I actually want to say, firstly, thank you. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to this podcast. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or if you're actually watching this on YouTube, I want to say thank you for watching this video, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and so that you guys can get the latest updates, and that would be cool. Guys, it's actually been a while. It's been I think a little over a month since I had done the last episode on the Impact Podcast Show, and I want to say thank you for everyone for waiting patiently for our next special guest. And so I want to get straight into it. Actually, before I do, I'm going to share our mission, and our mission is simple. Our mission is to focus on the one and focus on impacting the one. One thing we believe in is just really focusing on being intentional with that one person. And so guys, I encourage you, or if you got one person out there, make sure you guys brighten their day and make sure you guys encourage them too, because you never know, you may impact one person, and that's all that we're focusing on, is impacting the one, and that will be cool. But guys, I want to introduce to you guys my next special guest on the Impact Podcast Show. I am so grateful. I'm actually so grateful to have this man on the other end, on the other side of the state in Australia. But guys, I am so grateful to have this guy. So long story short, I'll just give you guys a story on how I bumped into this guy. We actually haven't met physically, but we've met virtually, which is now. And but yeah, it's been an amazing journey for me right now to get him on board. But for me, I actually came through his actual partner or fiance at the moment, and I was watching their videos. Like, this guy does like one of the most crack up moment videos that I've ever seen. Especially for Palangi, as everyone would know. But this guy is one of the, oh man, this guy cracks me up to the days. And I feel like he's like one of the brothers, which is pretty rare in our culture, in the Polynesian culture. If you guys are polys out there, you'll understand that it's actually very special to be accepted into the family. But guys, I wanna introduce to you all the Palangi boys, number two. I'll probably call him number two, because there's obviously a number one out there. But guys, I want to introduce to you Cris Ahern, who is one of the most funniest guys. I don't know, I keep saying it because this guy's a bloody cracker. But yeah, bro, thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for jumping on board, and thank you for taking your time out to jump on the podcast.
No, good day. No, what's happening?
I was gonna say, bro, don't play with that voice, man. You don't talk like that.
Oh, I just thought I'd start it easy, you know. No, how are you, bro?
Oh man, I'm good, bro. Thank you so much for taking the time out, man, to jump on board.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate. Yeah, that was my first one, so yeah.
Bro, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. Trust me. I've got a few questions, a few topics that I want to talk about. But I guess before we do start, could you kind of share a bit about who you are? Just because I know that there may be people that are listening who are your friends or family, but I know that there may be other people that don't know much about you, bro. So could you kind of share a bit about who you are?
Yeah. So well, full name's Cris Ahern, Australian born, so originally from Cairns. Moved down to Brisbane, Gold Coast when I finished high school. And then sort of just done a bit of traveling. I've done a lot of traveling and everything like that. So that's my jam, I guess I like to say. Did that, and then found. I was a plumber by trade. So I did plumbing. Had my plumbing business. Met Valaree or Lama, and we've been together for just under 6 years now. So. Yeah, and then I guess that's kind of a little bit of my background, and a little bit of I'm full Palangi or full white. I like to say I'm about as white as it gets, because my heritage is Irish, Scottish, Welsh. So that's about as bad as it gets, I think. So yeah,
bro, there's literally no Islander like kind of culture in UA.
Unfortunately not. I wasn't blessed with that. Just got the I wish, but no. I grew up with a lot of Indigenous people, so I think maybe that's where my love for culture came from.
Yep.
When I was growing up in Cairns, there's a lot of Indigenous and Torres-Strait Islanders there. So our next door neighbours were TI, and we grew up with them our whole lives. So I think that's where I was first introduced to culture. And then playing rugby and that, we'd go on we'd do our tours and we'd versus New Zealand, and then you'd see the Maori culture, and then you'd see the Polynesians influence. And I think, that's where I just fell in love with it. And then when I originally traveled, me and my best friend, he's half Fijian, half Australian. I think I even fell in love with it even more when I was traveling, because I just, met other cultures, met other people and other journeys and that. And I don't know, I just really loved it so much about it. And I think that's what, and then I came home and so many friends were Polynesian as well. And I think my love for that just kept growing and growing. And luckily there was one teen out there that liked a white boy, and I jagged her as fast as I could and put a ring on it. So, yeah.
And guys, we're actually going to get into that later on about that story, because, we did actually have Valaree, who is Chris's fiance. We actually had it on previously a couple months ago. I think a couple months ago, yeah. And that was amazing. That was actually an amazing podcast. And for me, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get the boys on. I want to see the guy's perspective. I'm very curious about.
She's full of lies. I'll tell you the truth. Don't worry.
She lying, eh? No, just
she couldn't keep her hands off it, man. She wanted it, but nah.
Oh, crack up, man. Nah, bro. And it's funny because I know I can see just from the outside on how fun your relationship is. I can see it, man. I can see it. Even though, in relationships there's always issues and there's always things that you're dealing with. I can see that you guys you guys love doing life together. I can see it, which is pretty amazing. But it's cool because you guys can actually muck around. You guys can have a bit of fun, and not get too serious.
Yeah. That's it, bro. Yeah, I think that's what it's all about. Hey, we all gotta enjoy ourselves in life, and she's my best friend, and that's, I think, what makes it so much better. And she just makes me laugh, and sometimes I think I make her laugh. Maybe I think I'm more annoying than anything, but yeah.
Oh, bro. Honestly, it feels, man. Same thing, bro. I think we're the same. We're on the same boat.
Snap.
But yeah.
Oh, you there? Sorry, something just froze. You're mid.
Nah, it's all good, bro. Nah, I understand, man. It's your first one, so it's okay. It's all good, bro. It's all good.
You can cut and edit this stuff, right? Eh?
Oh, yeah. Bro, I can do everything, man. But hey, man, thank you so much for jumping on, bro, and thank you for actually sharing a bit about who you are. I'm actually excited, man. I'm actually excited to, bring the podcast sessions back on, and it was cool. I wanted to, bring the one of the best out there, to just have a chat, just have a chat, man. Just have a chat, and just talk about life, and I guess things outside of what you do. But I guess, bro, could you kind of share a bit about because there are some people out there that are listening that already know who you are, and you've already introduced yourself on what you do and certain things like that. But for me, the way I got connected to you was actually through Valaree. But you guys do something together, in terms of the social media world. So could you kind of share a bit about what you guys do with that?
So I guess Valaree was the one that really was the main. I like to say she's Batman and I'm Alfred, so she's like the main attraction. She did she used to do little skits. I know originally she was doing her dance videos, so she used to do hip hop and crump.
Nice.
And then Actually,
so what do you do?
I was her hype man in the background.
Oh, legit, bro. Legit, man.
I'm not very good at dancing, unfortunately. But so she was doing her funny videos and stuff like that, and she used to always try and get me involved in it, but I was really shy in front of the camera and wasn't very confident. So she kept working with me, and then we started doing vlogs, and we just sort of kept working at it, and then I started jumping in with skits a bit more often, and then I think I posted a skit of myself just trying to be funny, and then she was just like, keep doing it, and then so I just sort of was like, oh yeah, I'll keep trying to do some videos as well, and yeah, and I think that's kind of really it, man. And then when we travel, we were doing the vlogs as well. Sorry,
Yep.
so and that was another big part. Yeah, I think that's mainly it, bro. That's how we do it now. So yeah, we try and do a bit on social media and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, cool, bro. No, it's cool, man. And like, so from just I just want to make sure that I understood you. You said that you were shy.
Yeah.
You said that you were shy back then on the camera.
In front of the camera. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was really bad, man. I think growing up, I was never in the camera, or I was never I don't know, maybe we always played team sports. I was never really did individual sport, or I was never a good public speaker or anything like that. So, when you're on the camera, sometimes it's just you putting yourself out there, and I really struggled with it at first. Yeah. Cairns is a small place, so, but like with Valaree, she was just a natural. Yeah, and I used to really admire that about her. She was just unreal in front of the camera and in front of an audience or people. Yeah, so I'm like, when I first started, if it's my friend group, I'm okay. But in front of strangers, oh man, yeah, I was real bad.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro, because I can't see it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. I can't see it, bro. And I'm guessing there's a lot of people listening to this right now that are saying, what the heck? As if he was shy before.
Yeah, no, I get real. I think, like, once you get to know me, I'm probably more annoying than anything. But but at first, yeah, I know. I used to get real shy. So, yeah.
No, that's crazy, man. Because I've got a few mates who are like that, They're all good in terms of being around the boys and stuff, or, being around their family. But when it comes to being on stage, like, I got a mate that I work with, and, man, he can't speak in front of people. Like, he would drop his balls, and he'll be like, nah. Even if it was $1 million, bro, he wouldn't even go out there, And so I'm guessing that's the same with you, bro. I think you're the same.
Yeah, I don't think I was that bad, but I do have friends that are like that, who are that bad, who just, like, they're the best man at a wedding and they won't go up and give the speech. Like, I wasn't that bad, but I just used to, when you hold the paper and you're like, I'd like to thank everyone for being here. That was me, bro.
Oh, man.
Had the old voice crackling, and, that was me. So, yeah.
Oh, bro.
Getting better. Yeah,
bro. Oh man. Nah, I'm just cracking up, man, because there's a lot of people that I'm thinking about at the moment. That's actually happened.
Yeah. Oh, bro. I've done, like, I remember I was a best man at my best friend's wedding, and I told a joke, and it was just nothing but crickets, eh? And, oh, yeah. I think that was my last and first ever and last ever best man speech.
Oh, bro, you'll get there, man. You'll get there.
Yeah.
Surely. Surely at your wedding, eh?
Either that or I just cry, bro. Believe it or not. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It ain't weak to speak, what they say.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
No, yeah. Either that or like at my 30th, I just gungied the whole time. So couldn't even speak. So, yeah.
Trust me, bro. The more skits you do, bro, you'll get better. Eventually.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah. In my, like, 70s, I reckon I'll really hit my straps.
Oh, man. Nah, but yeah, bro. Thank you so much, man, for sharing that. And I think it would bring a bit of light on those out there, that would have been in your position. I'm feeling very shy right now. Wanting to get into the camera, or even, like, potentially, I know there might be people out there that are wanting to do TikToks.
Yeah.
But they're feeling a bit shy, or not wanting to. And it's cool because you have that story. You have that story for other people out there, which is mad.
Yeah, that's it, bro. I think you just got to, the more you do it, then the better you're going to get at it, because I've had people message and say, oh, we've wanted to start a YouTube, and I said, hey, just go for it. Like, don't you might, like, give it your best and just have a laugh. And at the end of the day, I always say to Lama, like, it's something we can look back and show our kids, and they can have a laugh.
Yeah.
Our vlogs and the way we traveled and that. And yeah, just for stuff like that, bro. And I think it does help bring a bit more confidence into you. I mean, obviously sometimes there's negative things, but that's just life, man. No matter what.
Which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, which we'll talk about later. So I think no matter what in life, there's always just that. But it's actually really helped me a lot, crazy amounts. So thanks to Valaree and that, yeah.
Bro, that's an amazing testimony, bro. That's actually an amazing testimony, man. Like, you get to actually share to your kids, bro, your future kids. Yeah, I used to be shy on the camera, but look at me right now. I'm still shy.
Look at me. I still cried speechless.
Oh, man. Yeah. Nah, that's crack up, bro. No, but yeah, bro. I guess at this time, man, while we're having some fun, I probably want to start getting straight into it, like full going deep. For me, one thing I love doing in terms of the podcast is going real deep, asking questions to the audience. For the audience to, the special guests on here. Just certain questions that I would believe that audience would want to know about you. And one thing I believe in is just going deep. Going right into the root of it. So we're gonna go on a journey, bro. I think we already started. We already started on the journey, man. Which is cool. And yeah, we're just gonna go on a journey, man. And I wanna. One thing I believe in, bro, is before the glory, there's always a story. Before you getting to doing your skits and going out and traveling and vlogging and just being kind of like the inspirational man that you are to many guys out there. Because I know that there are guys out there that are inspired by your work and even just by your relationship with Lama. Yeah. And I want to go on a journey, bro, and kind of get to know more about who Cris really is. Yeah. And so I guess, bro, I guess the first question I want to ask, bro, is what's some of the the in terms of your childhood life, let's go back to Cairns. How was the actual living conditions or your childhood life in Cairns? How was it being real?
For real. So my parents divorced when I was probably just a baby. So originally there was 4 of us kids. The old man he sort of wanted to move down to the Gold Coast. They weren't suitable together. So that was all good on me because I was still a baby, so it didn't really affect me at all. Yeah. But I think it was quite tough on the mum. She stayed in Cairns, and I think we're all very blessed to live the life we have, and to live in Australia and stuff compared to other people. But we didn't have much money or anything like that. The old man he took my older brother and older sister, and he took them to the Gold Coast with him. Yeah. And he had his business, and he was doing well. He's always done quite well for himself. So me, my mum, and my another older sister. So we grew up, and we actually we did we were in housing commission there for a while. So we sort of jumped from house to house, and then my mum sort of got a steady job, and then she found the love of her life, my pops or my stepfather, and it was unreal. She was, divorced in her mid-30s with 2 kids, and my pops was 19 years old, single, and he fell in love with my mum and raised us kids as his own. And then ever since then, they both did really well and bought a home. And and then for and obviously the old man, he was still so heavily into our life as well. He always wanted to be with us on school holidays and stuff. So it was really cool, man. I think I grew up with my mum and pops, and I saw their relationship and their love they had for each other. So I think that played a huge part of my life with Lama. And but then we grew up in Cairns. Like I was saying before, a lot of Indigenous people in Cairns. So you're sort of the cultures. I was always around that culture, and we grew up with the TI family, and we used to spend so much time together. And they showed me just the Torres-Strait Island culture is so similar to the Polynesian culture.
Right.
But it's there's a lot of similarities in it. So which I loved. And then bro, went to school there. School was all good. School was really good. Played footy or rugby. Loved it. It was all good. And then sort of finished school, went to schoolies, did the formal, that sort of stuff. and then made the move to the GC. Yeah, so that's pretty much. Childhood was pretty good, man. Very very lucky, very blessed. Didn't have any I had no traumatic instances. Grew up with two amazing fathers, an amazing mum. Yeah, I was truly blessed, man. Always had a roof over my head, food on the table. Always got to go on sporting trips and went to a private school. So yeah, I was really lucky, bro. Really lucky.
Yeah, man, bro, that's amazing, man. Thank you for sharing, bro. And I think, like, just to add on to that, man. So, from what I'm hearing, man, like, started in Cairns. You went to, like, you obviously like living there, and your parents had split up, right?
Yeah.
Like, end up getting divorced. And so, do you have connection still with your father?
Yeah, of course. So my old man, he's the one who moved to the Gold Coast.
Yep.
Me and him are still like he would pay for us to come down every school holidays. Like he would demand that we go spend time with him, and he was heavily involved in our life. Yeah, and still is to this day. Like me and him talk all the time. Yeah. He's done so much for me and Lama and all of us kids and everything. Like the opportunities he's blessed us with. Yeah, I could never thank him enough for what he's done for us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing, man. And so how did it feel, man? Like, how did it feel knowing that, because, yeah, as you had mentioned, your parents had split up, which meant that your mum had to carry the load, or pretty much carry the burden, of kind of doing the mother and the father, role together. So how did that feel for you? Because I know that you're growing up, like, at the time when they had left, you were only a little baby. So, like, how did you go in terms of growing up without, like, your father actually being present?
Yeah, I do have, like, flashback memories of seeing, like, I remember just seeing my mum crying or seeing my mum quite upset and struggling to carry the load of it all. But she had her family around her, which always really did help. But, yeah, I just remember those sorts of instances. And then I remember one instance of, like, when my old man took the two older kids and like it was everyone was crying and don't go and all that sort of stuff. So I have memories of all that. It was like it was all good. My mum found my pops when I was I think I was in grade 1 or 2, so I was still really young. And when they moved in together, and I just remember having him the whole time, and because he was still so young, he'd always play sport with me and kick my ass. He did not take it easy on me. So, yeah. So that's sort of about Yeah, no, cool, man. Because I at the moment now, like I have like I wouldn't say a similar story, but my mom's a single parent herself and still is to this day, and so I can relate to that. I can relate to not having like a father figure growing up. Yeah. And that's why I was like asking a question. I was like, I didn't actually know that. I didn't actually know that your parents had divorced. Because I think for me, I've learned that there's actually, if you're a father out there, if you're listening to this and you're a father, be like, I wouldn't say be grateful because you are grateful. I already know they are. But if you're a father right now and you're listening to this, or you're going to become one, like just be I would say just like be grateful and just be blessed on the position, because there are kids out there, there are young people, there are adults out there that don't have a father out there, and that to me, just being real, like I like my father was barely there for me growing up, and so in terms of having that kind of like that role model always around, I didn't have that. And I'm guessing you'd relate to that too. Yeah, for a little while. Yeah, I could. Yeah. Nowhere near. I can't even imagine what it must have felt like for you, because, like I said, my pops came in at quite a young age. Like, it was luckily that he did, because I was starting, being a bit naughty and stuff like that. So, yeah, like I'm very, very lucky. And like you said, man, if you are a father and you are out there, I think the most important thing is be there for your kids and for your partner too. If you are together, if you aren't, then that's also understandable. But I mean, if you have kids, you just got to be there for them. That's the most important thing, eh?
Yeah, 100%. And even presents too. You're just saying just be there for them. Like, yeah, that's it. I was having like flashbacks, during the week, thinking about like, man, it would have been cool if my dad was here, or it'd be cool if my dad was at my games, or if he was at my award ceremony. So Like little things like that. I think if you're a father out there or if you're a parent out there, just know that like your kids just want you to be there. Like for me, being a kid, right, growing up, all I wanted was like my parents to just be present. That's it.
Yeah.
I wasn't really that stubborn in terms of like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want, I want a Game Boy or, Game Boys, right? No one would know what a Game Boy is now.
Oh, sorry, I was still on the PS1. Just rocking that,
Oh, bro, all the Need for Speed, eh?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, but don't give me that.
Did you ever get the Point Blank?
What the heck was that?
Point Blank or Time Crisis with the gun?
Oh, yes.
And you would hold the gun. I'd always hold the gun like that far from the TV screen. Just like shooting. Oh, man, yeah.
Oh, bro, good old times, man. Good old times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. Did you ever have the Super Nintendo?
Yes, I did, bro.
Had the blow window. And yeah, I don't know.
Oh, bro. I used to play Super Mario and Street Fighter.
Yeah. And Donkey Kong. I remember Donkey Kong, man.
Oh, yeah, Donkey Kong. Yo.
Mario. Oh, bro. Yeah.
But these kids won't even know, man. They don't even know this.
Yeah, they've come a long way. Eh? Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, bro. Kind of going back onto kind of the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, thank you so much for sharing that, man. I think there's a lot of I reckon there are people out there that can relate to your story, and it's cool because in this podcast, like people are seeing the real side. I want to say the real side of you because you are real. You are who you are, both on camera and off. Yeah. But they get to see like the realness, the things that not a lot of people get to talk about or hear about you.
Yeah, that's it, bro. I think, and like I said, like if we can. There's lots of things I can talk about, and if we can help bring awareness, or I like in life, everyone's got a struggle, everyone's got a story to tell, and unfortunately, some people's stories are so much more harder to talk about or listen to, and some people have it a bit easier, but everyone's still got their story and their struggle. So,
yeah, no, 100%, bro, 100%, man. And so, yeah, bro, from here, I wanna continue on along the journey, and I wanna actually talk about your relationship with Valaree. Yeah, I'm guessing you were already kind of pre-planned and all ready to talk about that.
In the room, don't worry, because I know she'll be in the background trying to.
Yeah. You make sure that door's closed, man.
Yeah.
You lock it.
That's right.
Nah, bro. You know what you should do, man? You should just organize a party, bro. Bro.
Yeah, get one of those Zoom parties going on, eh?
Get the boys on.
Get the boys on. Yeah.
Oh, bro. But yeah, man, I want to talk about your relationship with Lama. Like, if you guys aren't aware, like you have Valaree and Cris, they do like skits, and just like honestly, they do fun things. That's what I see. That's the way I see it. Like they just do life together, and you guys are pretty much inspirational. I know that you guys are inspirational to people in relationships. I know that for sure, because you guys are probably getting countless DMs on, how can you do this as a guy and how can you do this as a girl and so things like that.
Yes, I think she gets a bit more than me. I do get a few people message me here and there, and I always try and give what advice I can. But I think when it comes to relationships, every relationship's different. So it's kind of what works for us isn't necessarily going to work for someone else.
Yeah.
So
no,
yeah, bro.
100%. So, bro, I guess from here, kind of share to us, bro, on just like kind of like the background story behind you and Lama.
Yeah.
But your side, bro. All right.
Yeah, I'll
obviously,
tell my side,
Lama's side. I don't know. Who knows? Different,
Unfortunately, my side of the story doesn't make me look any better. It probably makes me look worse. So I was actually at my friend Mosse's house, one of my best friends, and he was on his Facebook. This is back when everyone used to use a laptop or a computer, because iPhones were, I don't think, or they only just came out or something. And he was on his laptop, and then she popped up on his newsfeed, and I said, "Oh, who's that?" And he's like, "Oh, she's this dancer girl." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, do you know her?" And he's like, "Oh, not really, I just added her." And I said, "Oh, well, hook us up, bro, or try and put in a good word for me. And he's like, Solly, I don't even know her, man. But anyway, so then we went out that night to the old. If anyone's in Brisbane, they probably know Hot Gossip. That's where we went. That's like one of the big hip hop clubs here.
Oh, nice.
It's now called Famous, if there's any younger kids listening. So, so we went there. And I remember me and Mosley were standing there, and I remember just looking, and I saw this young lady staring back at me. And I swear it was something like in the movies where everything else just stopped, and it was just me and her just locking eyes, and no one ever really stared at me. So that was the first that ever stared at me like that. And then, I don't know what. I swear like Usher Loving This Club was playing in the background. No. No, I wasn't. But and then I remember, I saw her, and then my friend.
No, it was a Titanic, bro.
It was a Titanic. Yeah, it probably could have been. There was a few double blacks going around that night, the Smirnoffs. So. Oh,
bro.
But and then my friend Mossy was like, "Sorry, that's her," and I was like, "Yeah," and then he just disappeared, so I never saw him again. And then we were like, so we sort of like were dancing, and then she made the first move onto myself, and I definitely did not say no to that. So I was we danced the night away, and then when it went to leave, it was sort of like late and stuff, and then I sort of just wandered off, and I didn't get her Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. And she didn't get mine. So the next day, I think it was, I was trying to play it cool. So I waited a couple of days, and then I messaged her on Messenger, and just didn't hear anything back. So I thought, oh no, she must have had her beer goggles on or something.
Oh no.
And then I thought, oh, okay, I gave it another week. And then I was like, maybe I'll try on Instagram, because, Facebook sometimes can't see your messages. And then, she saw my message, and she responded back, and we just started chatting heaps. And I kept trying to organize to try and take her on a date, but I think then I was still I didn't realize how, knowing her now and knowing the Samoa and all that, I didn't realize how difficult it was for her to actually try and go on a date. So I just thought she wasn't interested at all. I just thought, she must just have like a bunch of boys on the go, and she's just like, this guy's trash. So, and then eventually I was like, I'll try once more. Like, this will be the last time I'll try. And then she eventually said we managed to go on our date, and and then hook, line, and sinker. I couldn't get rid of her after that. Nah. And then, so I can keep going if you want, or do you want me to stop? Or
oh, bro, keep going, man. It's all on you, man. It's all on you.
We could be here a while. Sorry. So,
it's all good, bro. It's all good, man.
I'll just do the start, and then we went on our first date. So I had a hard top ute, so I put mattresses in the back, and then I took her to the drive-ins.
Oh
yeah. So I remember I rocked up to her house, and I was dropping it like hard, and I remember I bought her flowers and chocolate. So I went to get out of the car, and she just came running down her driveway and jumped in the car, and she's like, "Oh, come on, let's go." And I was like, "Oh, I was going to come and introduce myself to your parents." And she's like, no, let's just go. And then I was like, "Oh, well, these are for you anyway." So then we just took off. And then, bro, my face was so red. I looked like a tomato, hey. And I was so nervous, because in all honesty, I've never really took a person on a date before. So I was super nervous, and I really liked her. And and then she goes to me, "Oh, your face is really red." I was like, "Oh yeah, I think I'm sunburned or something. I don't know." Just driving away. And then took her to the drive-ins, and bro, we were just talking the whole night, and we ate, and just the whole time we're just talking, and it just, I don't know, felt so right, and we're just laughing and just had the best time, man. Like, I'll always remember that first date like it was yesterday. So, and then I met her parents on the second date. So no mucking around, but I didn't really care, like, because she was quite nervous because she's like, "Oh, my parents want to meet you," and I said, "Yeah, hey, like, man, I had to chase you down to go on a date with you, so nothing."
Might as well, hey, I'm already here.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, no," like I just knew it just felt right, and I said to her, "Nothing's going to scare me away." So yeah, I'm keen. I'll come meet your parents, and parents were unreal. They were so nice and friendly, and the grandparents were the real enforcers. Yeah. So, but yeah, and then, bro, yeah, that was pretty much it, man. Yeah, then met the grandparents, and yeah, bro, did it all. Lived, because they're very, Samoan. So I was sleeping in the garage, no touchy, still no touchy. So just all the protocols and the respectful things. But I loved it, man. I loved, like you said, there's beauty in the struggle, or, so I loved going through all that now to where we are now. So having a home, and, we share a room together, and her family is literally like my family. And yeah, bro. And that's sort of the start of our journey, how we met and everything like that. So yeah, don't anyone think less of me, okay, please?
Come on, man. He worked his butt off and he got it.
Yeah,
got the prize.
Yeah, you gotta, aim high.
Oh, come on, man.
That's right. I got to the top of my mountain, and I'm cheering. So.
Nah, legit, man. It's crazy. Hey, once you get to the mountain, right? You get to the top, you're like, oh, true, there's another one.
Oh, yeah, I'm 10 here. I reached the top of mine. So yeah.
Oh man, bro, that's amazing, man. That's an amazing story. I think for all the Palangi guys out there that are wanting to get an Islander woman, hey, I said woman, not girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Islander woman, man.
A lady.
A lady, right? If you're, bro, there is a way, man. You just gotta keep pursuing.
Oh, bro, 100%, man. Like, oh man, yeah. Down for the Brownells. That's what I did. No.
Bro, I've never heard that one, bro.
Down for Lumber. That's it. That is it.
Yeah, I was going to say, bro.
That's what Lumber says. Oh, goes, no, you just down for me. I said, no, yeah, of course. So, but no, honestly, I can't. I've had a few Palangi people message me and ask me and stuff like that, and I passed on my wisdom, I guess I'd like to say. But
oh, bro, it has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be a wisdom, man. Obviously, it's worked.
Yeah. I just always say to them, be sure what you want, and because with the poly families, bro, once you're in, they test you, and once you pass the test, you're in for life. So
legit.
That's it, eh?
Bro, that's when you know, bro. Yeah. Once you're locked in, man, the family loves you, you're gone. That's it.
I feel more sorry.
Say goodbye. Yeah. Honestly, say goodbye to your life.
Yeah.
The life that you were wanting to live, because now it's no longer gonna happen.
Yeah, no, that's it, eh? It's good though, bro. I wouldn't change it for the world. So yeah, I love that.
Man, that's mad, bro. Honestly, I love that. That's your love story. That's how you fell in love. And bro, I love when you mentioned, the moment where you were feeling like, nervous. Face was red, and Lama ended up saying to you, like, you look like a tomato.
Yeah.
Potentially gonna say that you look like a tomato.
Yeah.
Like you look red, and you're like, oh, I'm just sunburnt. Yeah. Which is nice, bro. That was a nice way of saying that. Yeah, I'm just sunburned because I'm white.
Yeah. It doesn't take much for me to get sunburned. Also, just
legit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, bro, no, it's amazing, man. It's amazing how even that, bro, that you still persisted, because people don't realize, for all the Islander, family out there, Polynesians, like they already know how it is when it comes to a family. Like, yeah, like it's not easy. It's not easy coming in. Yeah. Like we take things real personal, even though it might not be our relationship. It becomes our relationship.
Yeah, 100. Oh, yeah, right, 100%. Yeah, that's I think. Because I know for Lama it was quite hard when we first started, because they didn't want her to have a boyfriend. I think they were worried about her, falling pregnant or throwing her life away and stuff like that. But I also was a bit older than Lama, so she was only 18, turning 19. I was 24, so a bit of a cradle snatcher. But I think it helped that honestly for me, I loved that I was older than her, because I felt like I could help direct her in life. And, you know, I was a stupid young kid, or, you know, I knew what I wanted, it was her. And then didn't have to worry about me mucking around or trying to go AWOL somewhere else and that. So, yeah, no, it's good. But, yeah, I think the more of a struggle was for her. I think, the grandparents were, I remember when I first met them, they sat me down and they had a big talk to me for about, you know, as honestly, we're only like sort of dating each other, and it just started, and they're like, do you love my granddaughter? And I was thinking to myself, I haven't even told her I loved her, but yes, I love your granddaughter. Yeah, and then, you know, I think as the more time we spent with them, the more they trusted me and everything like that, and now they're all good. Like, I think they just, now we're so lucky, man. We can do what we want, and you know, we're so close. Like, Lama's grandfather and me are really close, and Lama's father and me are really close. So. Which makes life awesome, you know. So we can always have a drink and have a laugh, and you know, watch the footy and all that sort of stuff together. And I get to, I always ask Grandpa about the culture and listen to his stories. And same with Mr. Reek, like, you know, Lama's old man, he's Tongan, half Tongan. So, you know, I'd like to talk to him about it, or, you know, the Tongan side and stuff like that. So yeah, bro, it's really good.
Yeah, no, bro, that's amazing, man. And I love that. You know, even though that you've got the prize, as you would say, you still haven't stopped. You know, you still haven't stopped learning more about the culture and about the family, bro. That's when you know, man, like, this guy's a real deal. Like, this is me personally, man. Like, just from listening on that, man, I'll probably be on the same page as Lama's parents, you know, the father and also grandfather, because what you've just done, man, is, even though you've got the prize, you're still wanting to learn more. Do you know what I mean? And that's what usually happens, right? Some people will just say, oh, yeah, sweet, I've got the prize, and that's it. Like, they just stop. Yeah, they stop kind of like learning more in terms of, I guess not just the culture, but them as people, you know? And that's it actually takes a lot. You know, it takes a lot to do that, because you're taking out your time, you're taking out your energy, which is in a good way to spend time with, you know, with your future, you know, father-in-law and obviously grandfather-in-law. So
I think for me, bro, like, with wanting to learn more about their culture, is I want our kids to grow up with that. Like, you know, when we have our 8 kids or 12 kids or however many she's willing to have, you know, I want them to grow up with their culture, because I think it's so important, you know. Like, growing up as a Palangi, or, you know, in Australia, or, you know, maybe even New Zealand as well, we don't really have much culture. You know, Australia has culture, the indigenous culture, but I mean, that's another story in itself. Like, you know, it's never been properly looked after. So, yeah, I just never had culture. And then when you know, I was with Lama's family and my friends, because, you know, a lot of my friends were Samoan before I met Lama, and seeing their culture and everything, I just loved it. Hey, I loved so much of it. And so once, you know, I started to learn, and I just want to keep learning. And yeah, I think the more I can learn, it means the more I can pass on to our kids, and then our kids can pass that on. And especially with Lama's grandparents getting older now, you know, we don't know how much time we have, so I just try and use as much as I can with them to learn. Yeah, and that's it, bro. I just want to keep learning it, and hopefully just master the art of the Samoan, and then to the Tongan side. So yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, there are going to be people, right, in a few years that are going to be coming on to you saying, bro, can you help me? Can you help me out? And bro, don't be surprised, man. Like, if not now already, if you get people of our culture already coming up to you asking.
Oh, yeah. No, I've had people message me saying, oh, you're more Samoan than me and stuff. And I just say, nah, man, it's not like that. I'm just a real wannabe Samoan. So I've got to overcompensate But you just be yourself. So yeah.
For us, it's just we just be ourselves, and then for you,
yeah, I'm like Eminem. I've got to be way over the top with all my stuff to try and fit in.
Probably get a rap in or something.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with the musical gift. So I just stay the hype man in the back. That's me. It's the hype man. Yeah. So.
Oh man, that's crack up, bro. That's crack up, man. It's cool, bro. I love that you shared your side of the story. Because obviously Lama shared hers in the previous podcast, and so guys, if you're listening to this and you really want to know the other side to the story, check out Valaree's podcast because you hear the different side of that, which is gonna be crack up. That'll be crack up, bro. If it doesn't align, if it doesn't connect, I'll be laughing.
Yeah, her memory, she thinks it's better, but when it comes
oh man. Nah, that's crack up, bro. That's crack up, man. But yeah, bro, I wanna get real deep now. One thing I believe in, right, is, before there's a setup, there's a setback. Before there's moments where if we're gonna use a mountain analogy, before we can actually get to the mountain, we actually have to go through the journey of suffering and struggles. And so, man, if you're willing to, I want to hear about you and about some of the setbacks that you've had. Now this can be either personal or relationally, like in terms of your relationship. But bro, based on your life, what would you say is probably the biggest setback that you've had experienced in your life?
I guess I'd say there's two instances for me in my life. One, I wouldn't say it's a setback, sorry, but it was a journey that opened my eyes so much to things. So I guess probably one of the toughest things in our life was my older sister. She suffers from bipolar, so she has an addictive personality. So unfortunately, she was a drug addict. So she got addicted to drugs, and with mental illness, it's been a bit of a roller coaster with her life. So I think that's been, but she, and I think that's one thing I struggled with a lot with her was not understanding mental illness and not understanding how it works. I think for a long time I was angry at her because I thought she was selfish, and I was like, how can you be a drug addict? How can you put our family through all this drama and all these problems and that? But the older I got, the more I learned and I looked into it and understood it, and that was a massive learning curve for me. And now I always do my best to keep in touch with her, and she has more highs than she does lows, but we understand that she's an addict and she has a mental illness, and that sometimes she's going to go off the rails and she's going to disappear. It's like you see Kanye, he's got a mental illness, and sometimes they have episodes, and there's just nothing you can do. You just got to try and be there to support them and know when they come good again that you just help them in every way possible. So I think that was probably I wouldn't say it's a step back, but it was a massive learning curve for our family to deal with it and learn about it all. And then no, I wouldn't say it, but before I met Lama, I had relationships and that, and then I found that I was kind of in a bit of a rut where you go in a relationship and it just wasn't working, and then you just go out and party, and then you go into a relationship, and then my old man just grabbed me and said, look, pack your bags, you're going overseas. I never got to do it when I was a young kid. I wish I got to do it. And then, I was so scared. I said, oh, no, I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to go. And he just said, well, it doesn't matter. You're going. That's all there is to it. So me and one of my best friends, Porky, we went over there, and it was the greatest thing I ever did. Just opened my eyes so much to how big the world is, and so many different cultures and so many different people and walks of life. And then, I think it was just a massive thing for me. And I came back home and I was just like, oh, yeah, okay, now my life's on track. I knew what I wanted to do, started working towards doing all these things. And and I think that's what helped me really, when I met Lama, I was emotionally ready, mentally ready. Physically ready, I can say. I don't know. I was ready. I found I found peace in being with myself, and I learned to be happy by myself before I could learn to be happy with someone else. And that's the biggest thing I feel like traveling taught me. And and then sure enough, when that happened, I met Lama, So yeah, bro, I think those, for me, those, I know they're probably not, it's not that, that's what I mean. I've had a very blessed life, so then it's not too tough of stories, but maybe for my sister it was pretty tough, but for me it was, just life, bro, I guess. Just life, it is what it is, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, man. That's amazing, bro. Thank you for sharing that, man.
Of course, bro.
Even just sharing about your sister and having bipolar, and then from that point, and even just sharing a bit about your own journey of discovering who you were first. And bro, I think of it like this, man. Imagine if you didn't go through those relationships.
Yeah.
How different of a person you would have been if you met Lama.
Yeah, that's it, right? And sometimes I say I wish I met her earlier, but then I know I met her at the right time because it's all worked out. So it's all worked out so perfect or so smoothly, and yeah, like it was the right time. The timing was right, and Lea Tua was looking after me, so he, yeah. Yeah, but like I said, yeah, you just got to go through your journeys and go through those things, and in life you just got to realize that sometimes you're not, you're not meant to be in that relationship or that person because there's something so much better for you out there, Yeah, so.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And so yeah, like as I was saying, man, like it's such a blessing that you went through like your setbacks, before you met Lama.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy because a lot of people think, like, I believe in this, man. Diamonds are formed through applied pressure, right? Like, it's true. That's how it's formed. Yeah. But I started to, like, I learned this recently. It's like, people just needed to understand what type of pressure they're going through. Like, is it good pressure or is it bad pressure?
Yeah.
If it's a good pressure, then it's obviously diamonds, right? You got to think about diamonds. That's the result that you're going to get because diamonds are formed through applied pressure.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you think about a pipe, and you'd know this because you're a plumber, right? You'd know this. Obviously, if the pipe and there's pressure, obviously that ain't going to be good. Like the water's going to, I'm guessing.
Break. Yeah,
right. So from there, like that's obviously like bad. Like the results obviously not so good. And it was cool, bro, because obviously for you, going through, your setbacks, there was a lot of pressure that you had. And there was a lot of pipe pressures.
Yeah.
But funny enough, man, the pipe pressure ended up turning into a diamond because you end up getting Lama.
Yeah, that's it, bro. That's, I got people used to always say to me, oh, you're so picky because you want a girl like this and this and that and this. And I just kept saying, yeah, well, you know what, like, I'm just going to wait for it because I know the right person is out there, and I traveled, bro. I traveled, did all that, came home and found, I found her, and it was just, everything was just all made sense, man. Everything that I ever wanted, that's what I found in her. And I just knew that, like you said, all those past pipe pressures or journeys or whatever, it was, they're all learning curves, and that's what led me to my diamond. Ooh. Maybe I should do rapping. I said that's so wide.
Nah, bro, just stick to the skits, eh? Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh bro.
Oh bro. Nah, let's crack up, man. But yeah, bro, like it's mad, bro. It's mad that you didn't give up too. You were still searching for that one. But bro, I'm curious to know, man. Since you said that, man, what was your criteria? What was like your list? Because bro, you're not the only one, man. I know a few guys that had like their list of there's certain expectations and certain things like that. But bro, what was like your generic list? What were you actually looking for?
I wanted hopefully Lum doesn't get angry with me about this, but I wanted like a girl who was with a strong cultural background.
Yeah,
because I felt like Like to be deadly honest. I just wanted someone with a good, strong cultural background because I feel like that's plays such a huge part on.
Oh, 100%, man.
Yeah. So I wanted someone with a cultural background. I wanted someone who was either like good at music or I kind of wanted someone who was opposite to me in a way, but had the same sense of humor. So everything Lama is amazing at, I'm terrible at, and
true.
everything that I'm good at, she's not good at. So that's how we sort of work together. And then, but the thing is that we just have the same sense of humor. So I wanted someone with a strong cultural background who was quite good at music and that. I actually wanted someone a bit younger than me because I thought it would give me more time to get my life on track. I thought, you're only as young as your partner, so that's why I sort of just worked my way off that. So no, that was pretty much it. I think it wasn't like, obviously I needed to be physically attracted to her, but I obviously also wanted her just to be my best friend and someone who, because I think I'd never experienced that before. I never. In past relationship, I have never been in that many relationships, but I don't think I was ever with someone who was my best friend, and that's what I got. So, and that's what I really longed for. So, bro, that was kind of my criteria. Yeah, it wasn't too much, but I think some people just thought I was too picky. So.
Hey, bro, at least you had a list. Let's be real here, bro. Because there are guys out there that have no list whatsoever, and all they're doing, bro, is like one after the other.
Yeah,
boom, boom. Just target.
Yeah, just go from relationship to relationship. Yeah.
And look at you, bro. Look where you are now.
Yeah,
you found it. Whereas I'm guessing they're still searching.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a list, bro.
They're still they're probably still being cutters and just living the good life. No, not the good life. Living the hustle.
Oh yeah, bro. Dead man.
But no, that's still like I guess they say you're a short time young, but you're a long time old. So yeah, that's why.
Well, I'm gonna take that one, bro.
Yeah. I made that up myself. No. Copyright, Cris Ahern. Copyright.
Oh man. No, this is crack up, bro. This is crack up, man.
Yeah. No, but I guess that was really my criteria, bro. Yeah. So it wasn't that difficult, but it all paid off, and I got it. So.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, bro. So man, bro. Thank you for sharing all the setbacks that you had endured, because obviously you have, because you're still here today, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And all the experiences and journey that you went through. Now, I want to take it to the good life. As Kanye West would say, the good life, right?
Oh, my T-Pain.
Bro, oh man. And so bro, knowing that you went through all that stuff, man, what are some of the learning curves that you've learned through life, life in general?
Yeah.
Maybe with yourself and maybe even with your partner, like with Lama.
Yeah, I guess through my sister, it really opened my eyes to trying to understand mental illnesses and understand just how the brain is such an amazing, interesting thing, and we don't even truly understand how it works. And just to listen to her story and how she feels and how she explains how she feels, and just trying to put myself in her situation. Yeah, that's one thing that really, what's the word I was looking for? It really showed me how to empathize with other people. Put myself in their situation. So that was one massive thing that took me for more of that. And, I think at the end of the day, it showed that my family always came together no matter what to make sure we could look after each other, and show that, no matter how bad it got, we still always ended up coming back and being there for her. And it shows you about the family strength in that. And then with my other setbacks or my other lessons, I think it taught me that if it doesn't feel right or if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the road. You do have to trust, in the process, or trust in God that there is someone out there for you, or that there is someone better out there for you. And if you believe that you're a good person, then you deserve to be with someone who is the best for you and brings out the best in you. Yeah, so I think that's kind of the two main lessons it taught me. And then being with Lama, I think being with Lama, she just makes me want to be such a better human being in everything that we do. Helps me just be so much more positive in life. And, that's a big thing her and I really work on, is trying to always be positive in everything that we do, to not speak bad of other people, to help out other people when we can. I think if you're more positive with life, then things seem so much better. You can always focus on the negatives or always wonder why people are the way they are. But I mean, that's just who they are. And you either accept them for that, or you accept what's happened in life or the situations, and you can either move forward and build from it and still, just be positive in all that we do, or you can just, you see a lot of people who do well in life, they're such positive minded, forward thinking people, and they're always just trying to do better. And that's what Lama, or that's what Lama really makes me always want to do, is just to be a better human being.
Yeah.
Hopefully that made sense.
No, yeah, it did, bro. No, it did. Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah, so 100%. I think that's sort of the three things for me, mainly, bro. Yeah. And I love trying to make people laugh. I love seeing people laugh. I don't know what it is for me. But growing up in my family, we had a big family, and whoever was the funniest in the family was like the king, or the big dog. So it was always massive battles. All my uncles would always be outdoing each other. So I think that's just how I grew up before that. So, and we used to just love being around them because, they make you feel good. So I think for me now, I love trying to do those skits to just bring a smile on someone's face, or someone can think I'm stupid or whatever, but if it makes them smile, then I get a real kick out of that, man. I really do. So, yeah.
That's amazing, bro. That's amazing that something as small as trying to make people laugh and make that something like in your family, right? Like you had mentioned that in your family, that it was there. If you're the funniest kid, if you're the comedian or the clown, then you're the king, right? Yeah. And funny enough, man, it's crazy that still something that is kind of ingrained in you as a child is still something that you still do to this day.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so true, bro. And unfortunately for my family, my brother's way funnier than me, so I can't beat it. He's just too funny, man. So but no, well, it's all right.
Nah, bro, that's amazing, bro. That's really cool. But hey, man, I wanna kind of go a bit on the side. I want to do let's say a pit stop. Get into a pit stop, man. I wanna talk. Right, I reckon this is something that a lot of people want to ask, man.
Yeah.
I think this is the question a lot of people want to ask, right? So, obviously for you, man, like you've jumped on board in terms of the culture, understanding more about the culture, learning the languages, learning about the stories of Lama's parents, and even that you even shared too about culture and how the Australian culture didn't really have much culture in itself, and so as a result, you're like, I want someone of strong culture and values. But I wanted to talk about just a bit about your skits, about some of the things, and then I want to lead into the big question, and it was something that had I think came up a couple of days ago, something like that.
Someone came.
I want to talk a bit about that. Hey,
someone came for me, man.
Oh, well, let's see how it goes from here, man. But yeah, man, I guess in terms of the skits, because I think this is something a lot of people want to know. Like, obviously, you do that as like a hobby, something that you do just for fun.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you just shared about it just recently about where it all came from. It came from when you were young and wanting to be the king, right? And obviously,
with being younger kids and that,
being young kids stuff, which is mad. Now at this point, bro, I see that there's a lot of skits that you guys do you know, at the moment you're doing a lot of like Polynesian type like, you know, cultural videos, which is really good, man, and it's actually spot on. You know, it's actually like really spot on. Like I look at him like, bro, this guy's actually on point, and honestly, he's probably more on point than actual guys that are in culture, which is mad. But bro, what's kind of like the goal here at the moment with your skits? Like, what's the actual kind of purpose? Because I did hear that you were wanting to do it to kind of like put a smile on someone else's face, or kind of, you know, cheer people up. Like, what's kind of the real deal behind you doing the skits?
Yeah, I think like mainly with Lama's sort of social media side, she can do so much because she does her fashion and her dancing and the skits as well. So I think for mainly her, it's the biggest push for social media is we sort of focus on her. And then mine's just a bit of, we just do the skits on the side for, I don't know, I mean, I just think about things in life that's happened and what we do and what we've gone through and what we laugh at. And then I'm like, and then we just say, oh, let's do that. And yeah, man, like I think if we can keep growing it, you know, who knows what opportunities can arise and what we can do. But I know we just sold our business. So there's other avenues in life we're making a push for as well. So we're just trying to juggle lots of different little things right now, but yeah, I guess with the skits, bro, just I can just keep making people laugh, and yeah, I guess that's really, I don't know. If someone wants to chuck me in a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, nah,
bro, more like The Rock.
The Rock, yeah, oh, bro, actually, yeah, Rock would be number one to watch for sure, 100%. He's the king, man. Yeah, but I think, yeah, just. People love it. Well, I think people seem to really not like, but people seem to love to laugh, you know. And you see a lot of people doing the funny skits and everything like that. And the poly people are so like, you know, 95% of poly people have been so positive and encouraging towards me, and always been like, yeah, you're right. Like, you know, they're just so positive and so like they love seeing me embrace the culture. And, you know, I think they know I'm never disrespecting it or never trying to harm it in any way, or not trying to, you know, be rude in those sorts of ways. It's just what I've gone through and what we do and what Lama, you know, just how I've been trying to embrace her culture and stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of hard with the skits, man. I don't really know what's going to happen with that. I think mainly Lama's the social media one. She's the one who will push forward, and hopefully she can make something of it all. I'd really like that, because she's, I'd say she's got like the whole baggage, you know. So
the whole package, eh?
You know, where, yeah, I think for me, I'll just do it on the side. You know, like I say, bro, she's Batman, I'm Alfred. So she goes and does all the good stuff, and I just sit in the background, like being
what's up?
being the mentor or something, doing all the fit hours at home and stuff. So yeah. But I love it, bro. I really hope she can smash it and achieve everything that she can, because she's very, very gifted and talented, bro. So, and I think if she sticks to it, I think she could definitely make something of it all for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's mad, bro. And I love that you shared about the skits about, you know, but it was funny when you said 95%.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out the percentage rate.
Bro, I was thinking about it. I was like, bro, why did you say 95, bro? It's all right, because we'll get into the 5% later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, bro, it's funny that you say about, you know, like the comedy side, or just like wanting to be funny. Like, people don't know this, but I learned this through uni, and they mentioned that, you know, having a sense of humor can actually help you.
Yeah.
But funny enough, it can also hurt you.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like you'll probably know this, either based on experience or even just culturally. Like for me, I was brought up, obviously in a cultural family, but I started to learn a lot that one thing that we do really well is we're really good at doing the, you know, like I'm all good and trying to be the Mr. Funny guy, but we're literally struggling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're literally struggling at the back, and we're actually going through a lot of pain and suffering. So I guess that's something to keep in mind, everyone. You know, everyone that's sitting on, like, just kind of be aware, and try and figure out, like, yeah, what's actually the real deal behind it. Because I know a lot of boys that I would say, bro, how you really going? He's like, bro, life isn't going too well.
Yeah.
But then it's like, but you're all happy and stuff. It's like, yeah, but you know, it's just been a lot of a suppression. But yeah, man, like, could you kind of like, is that something that you see a lot in terms of, because you know, like you do skits and stuff. Yeah. Is there any moments where you can kind of sense that in terms of your audience or maybe yourself?
Yeah, I guess sometimes I doubt myself where I sort of sit there and I go, oh, you know, maybe you've reached it. Like, you know, you're actually not as funny as what, you know, you laugh at your own jokes, but the jokes aren't that funny, bro. Like,
yeah.
Those sort of things, like doubt the humor part of it. I think with Lama and I, when we do the skits, we have to be mentally in a good place, and we have to be, because I feel like if we're not, then it just doesn't work. Like, we're not funny, or we're not. It shows on camera. So for us, like when we're really happy, like we are happy, you know. So if you don't see skits for a while, it's either we're having fights or I've run out of material. No, for us, like that's when we do it. We truly are happy and enjoying doing it. But you know, like you said, having friends out there who, you know, especially. One thing I have learned a lot being with Lama is seeing the pressure, and through my friends, like seeing the amount of pressure that young Polynesian kids put through. It's a lot, like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's a lot more pressure than, say, like what a lot of Palangi kids go through, you know? So, you know, it's just, and I see it, and I've witnessed it. Like, Lama's family's been quite really good, but, you know, I've just seen other people go through it and stuff like that, and, you know, sort of sit there and, you know, it's really hard because there's nothing you can really do to help them out or anything like that. Just got to be there to talk to them, and, you know, so we don't get to, I don't have to deal with that sort of pressure or anything like that. And I guess, like, going back to it, when we do the skits, we're in a good mindset, in a good place. So
Yeah, but that's really good, man. Like, it's really good that you shared that, because I think people need to understand the kind of context of what actually happens behind the scenes. And it's cool, bro. It's actually really good, man, that you actually make the conscious decision to say, all right, if we're not okay or if we're fighting, we're not going to do it. You know, because the goal isn't as much as it is, but like, you know, as much as you're wanting to tick the box and be like, yeah, sweet, it's all done. Like you guys really understand, you know, the pressure and having that, like, making sure that you're in that mental state and making sure that you're pretty much at peak state. You know, like that you're all good. Because obviously, if you're not good, then, funny enough, man, I've learned through, you know, my relationship that it can be the littlest thing, right? Just one little thing. Like, you might stuff up, I don't know, in the skit, you might be like, oh, I messed up, and bang.
Kicks off. Right. And that 100% that happens, man. Like, Lama and I, we do just little arguments through the skits, and, you know, we're like, oh, come on, man, or, you know, or she has an idea and I have an idea, and most of the time her idea is always better, but I still want my idea. So, but then it just kicks off, and, you know, and then we just go, okay, let's take a bit of time, relax, go away, and then we come back to it when we're in a better place. So, Yeah,
man, I love that, bro, and I love that you're sharing that, because people need to know this. Because if they're doing skits and they're like, oh, I want to do it like, you know, Cris, or I want to do it like Lama or Valaree, it's like, do it, but just understand that, like, they actually do things behind the scenes. You know, they actually understand about their mental state and their mental health, right? They're focusing on, okay, I'm not going to react, or I'm not going to do the skit yet, but I want to do it later on. I'm still going to do it, but it's just like not now. Like, it's not a good time. And I guess, obviously, there's younger people out there wanting to do skits, or they're like young kind of like young men or women out there that are wanting to do something similar to you, and they may be going through this. Why isn't it working? Like, you know, certain things like that. And they don't understand that for you guys, you guys are all kind of leveled. I wouldn't say that you guys are there, because, you know, we're never going to be there. But like, you're leveled, you know, like you're pretty calm and collected. And you've got it all set.
Yeah, like so what will I think that's the thing from when we first started doing them to where we are now. We've learned how to work with each other and learned to she has ideas, I have ideas, and then we just got to do them both. And then when she edits, because she does all the editing, like most of it, when it you figure out which one flows the best and which one works better. And sometimes you just got to be like, oh yeah, your idea is way better, and because. And then, my idea was better. So it's always give and take. Sometimes she has like ideas that are unreal, and sometimes I have ideas, and it's just good and bad. But I think at the end of the day, just remember you're a team, and that's the main thing. Is that you're a team and you guys are in it together. And that's all we're doing, bro. So because she does. She does the editing, that's the hardest part and all that we do.
Yeah.
The acting and all that. That's it's just the time and effort she puts into all that. That's the real talent of it all, and picking the right music and everything like that. So no, it's been good, man. It's been a good journey through it all. So yeah.
Yeah, man. No, it's really good, bro. And thank you for sharing that too. Like for me, like I don't do skits and stuff, but I do edit videos and stuff like that. So, editing is probably the struggle. That's where you get really tested. I'm not gonna lie. When you're editing videos, that's where you really start to feel the pressure of like, is this even? Like, should I even do this? Because you're constantly like trying to figure out. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what type of music. Bro, people don't realize this, but I'm going to say this right now. The hardest thing I would say in terms of editing is finding the music.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
I'm going to say that. Obviously, for you, you'll be like, I don't know.
But Valaree knows. The acting? No.
The acting. Because obviously, bro, as you would know, you're not really a good actor, because you're always real.
That's right. It's just me being natural, baby.
Exactly, bro. Oh man.
But the music, bro. That's 100%. It's like music makes. Oh man, music is the best thing.
Bro, it makes a big difference. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially in videos. Like music's just unreal, man. So definitely can make or break a video for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I wanted to the next question I want to ask, man, is I actually want to get straight into the let's say the juice.
The 5%er?
Oh, bro. The one thing, man, that I was so keen on talking about, bro. So I'm just going to get real right now, right? I believe that there are people out there, and it may be people of my culture, of the Polynesian culture, or it might just be Palangis in general. I don't know who it is out there, but do you want to, bro? One thing I was really curious about before jumping on this is your tattoos.
Yeah.
Right, and I think this is probably a great place to share about that. About the tattoos that you have on your body, and I think it will bring a lot of closure and a lot of truth to people out there, because I think a lot of people have this belief in their mind, or they have this mindset of like, oh, he shouldn't have it, and certain things like that. But for me, I'm bro, if you wanted my opinion, bro, I'm totally cool with it, right? Yeah. Like it's totally cool, and but the thing is, like, I was thinking, okay, for the audience, I think this is one big thing that will probably be and I wanted to leave it to last anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, did you want to kind of share a bit about, let's say like how it all came about, and just a bit about what the tattoo and that represent?
Yeah, of course. So I originally had I had tattoos on my bike. I had sort of half a sleeve kind of started and half a calf piece started. And then pretty much we went to Auckland, like this is before, this is like a real quick one of it. And then Lama's uncle was the one who actually did my arm and leg and back, and he sort of did it all on me. And then, they were sort of, her family was saying, oh, you should get it done and, get your skull done in the Samoan patterns. And I sort of said to them, oh, look, being a Palangi, I didn't want to do the wrong things. And they said, no, if you want to get the better, then that's a different story. That's something very sacred to us. But you know the culture, you understand the culture, you've done so much for our family. We would love for you to have it. And then when we went to Auckland, I was still saying no. I was like, oh, look, I appreciate it, but I don't think I'll do it. And then her uncle was just like, he's like, nah, yep. So let go. And then he just, and he started doing it. And then I also looked at Lama, and then when he was doing it, Lama got at me because I was asking him every single detail of what every symbol meant and the meaning behind it and everything like that. Because, like, obviously being a non-Polynesian or a non-Samoan, to get it put on your skin it's a massive thing. You don't you need to, especially because this is, for Polynesian people, this tells the story of your ancestors and your families, and it's your identity of who you are. So, like when Lama and I were traveling, we saw heaps of people who had no idea, and they all had, like, some had like the Tamukos done, some had Samoan, Tongan. They just had all these Polynesian tattoos on them, but they or Hawaiian, and just you could tell they had no idea what. And some of them, I would even go up to them and be like, "Oi, Samoa," and they're like, "You right? What?" Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, your arm." He goes, "Oh yeah, I got the Sunny Bill." I said, "Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. I got the Sunny Bill." Oh no. So yeah, bro. Like, I think for me, I've gone through a massive journey with Lama and her family, and they were the ones who really wanted me to get it done, and I've done. I feel like I've done a lot for their family as well, and they thought that they wanted me to have it, and they thought I deserved it. So they want me to get the better, but I'll never get that. I think that's for me. That's where I draw the line, where I say, even if I got my Matai and everything like that, and I was completely fluent, and I lived in Samoa for 12 years, I'd still never get that done, because I think that is something truly sacred.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends who I've spoken to, they've asked me, they said, "Would you get it?" And I've always just said to them, "Nah, never. Like, that's just for me. That is for Samoans or Tongans or Polynesians, and only for them." So yeah, that's where I sort of draw my line. So yeah. And I guess that's kind of the background story of everything like that. And, occasionally, like I was saying, a lot of Polynesian people, they're such like loving and caring, and they love seeing it. And obviously, I think if they see that you're trying, they're so welcoming and so loving to see it. So, but, obviously as well, there are people out there who don't agree with it, and that's, and who are Polynesian, and they have every right to feel that way. And because, that is their culture and they're part of who they are and everything like that. I had that one person on social media who came at me pretty hard about it. Just saying, you're not Polynesian, it's cultural appropriation and everything like, was just calling me out saying, stop trying to be like us, you'll never be us and everything. So, and at first I came back to them and just said, hey, look, I'm not just some random Palangi or non-Polynesian who's just gone and got it done because I think it looks cool. Like, I understand what I have on my body. I'm a part of her family and her culture, and I've embraced it in every part possible. And her family wanted me to have this. So, I don't feel like I was unacknowledged or I was, inappropriate to get it. I feel like I did the right things. But I said, I respect your opinion, and that's okay. And he had every right to it. But then he came back he messaged, it might have been a he or a she, or I don't even know what they had. It was a fake profile. And then they just, because Lama said, oh, nice fake profile. And then they said, oh, you just sad that you ended up with a white boy and not a real Polynesian man. And you can dress him up all you want and da-da-da-da-da-da. And, I don't mind. You can come for me and rip on me. That's all good, because I'll always just try and be positive as much as I can back. But then after that, I just saw that and I said, bro, you're a clown. Like, just, I've tried to be nice to you. You just need to go on and do your life and focus more on positivity. And, if you want to hear where I come from and hear my story, then all good. But you don't really know anything about us. And what I wear isn't for you. I wear it for my partner and her family and my friends and everything like that. So, yeah. And that was, they came pretty hard at me. So they were,
Bro, I was laughing, bro.
yeah,
Oh man, I was laughing at it, man.
yeah,
And funny enough, I only just seen it recently,
yeah.
like legit,
I was only
like a couple of hours before.
It was only a couple of days ago, bro. And
Yeah,
but the thing is they came, like that person said that, but there were so many people that came and were just so supportive.
yeah,
And I think that's the thing about social media is you put yourself out there. And I always say this, right? You look at LeBron James, one of the greatest athletes of all time, what he's done raised from nothing, had no father. He's like the amount of work he's done for charity, creating schools, taking kids to colleges, creating a school for kids who've got nothing, one of the greatest athletes of all time. And people still rip on him no matter what.
100%.
And he's one of the greatest people. And people still on social media will just rip into him. So if no matter what, someone like him and how great he is, people are still going to hate on him, then no matter what I do, someone's always going to hate on me.
Always.
And the thing, bro, the people who mock me the most are my friends, my non-poly friends, either my Palangi friends they're the ones who rip on me the most about being a fia humble or being poly. And that's what I always say, like they can say what they want because my friends mock me the most and it's all good. I know who I am. Like I know that I'm a light skin Samoan. Like I know that I'm a white boy and I know that, but I love the culture, man, and I love trying to embrace it, and I'm not going to stop. Like I'm going to keep trying to learn as much as I can because I really love it, bro. And it's gonna be who our kids are, and it's gonna be who our kids identify as, and who my fiance is, and her family is, and my best friends are. So yeah, I think it's just I'm happy to know who I am and what I'm doing, and I always, I'm actually through all the social media stuff. We've been so lucky not to get much hate. Like we don't.
Yeah.
It's so far and few and in between. I think the ones that hurt me the most are ones where they make fun of the way I look. They're the ones that kill me the most, bro. Where they're like, someone told me I look like a sloth, and I was like, oh. I said, no, don't do me like that, man, please. And I was looking.
At least say that you look like the Rock.
Yeah, I was just like, oh no, I get the sloth, man. And then I was looking in the mirror, and I'm like, Lama, do you think I look like a sloth? No, it doesn't matter, man. Like it's just everyone's got their opinions in life, and yeah, we're just gonna keep trying to be good people and spread positivity and laughter, and just trying to help people in any way possible, man. That's all we just want to mainly do, and that's been our biggest goal for 2020. Yeah, bro. That's that 5%er person. Oh well, 5% of people. Yeah.
Yeah, no, cool, bro. Yeah, I just wanted to get a bit of closure about that because there are a few people that were, a bit hesitant about certain things. Like I guess the main thing is just the tattoos, pretty much. I think that's one thing. A lot of people are curious are like, man, this guy. It's either you're really cool or I hate you.
Yeah,
it's one or the other. It's like. Yeah, like that's like kind of like the only two types of people you're gonna probably meet. They're actually really for it, or they're not.
Yeah, and I think like every one of my friends and like a lot of people I've spoken to, they've always been like, you understand it, you know what it is, and you've got a bit more understanding of it. But in saying that, when we go to Samoa, it might be a lot different. But and like the same thing is like, I and for people who don't agree with it, I do understand that too. I understand, and they have every right to feel that way. And I do apologize if they think it's not if I'm being culturally inappropriate or anything, like that. But if you can just try and understand where I've come from and how I've gotten it, and that it was, it was her family that really wanted it more than me. So
yeah.
But and even then, if you're still like, I still don't agree with it. That's all, and that's fair enough. I'll cover up in front of you more often if I see. Yeah. So. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but bro, I want to say, man, like good on you, bro. Honestly, like good on you for persisting and holding on. And bro, I know for sure, bro. It takes great courage. It takes great courage for you to actually say, you know what, I'm gonna persist. I'm still gonna do it, but like in terms of getting the tattoos done. But the cool thing is, bro, I felt like you already knew. I felt like you already knew that you're gonna get backlashes from people.
100%, bro. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah. Honestly, I think I get the most people are always good. I think the most eyes I get now, most of the times I don't get many eyes from Islander men. It's not normally like Polynesian guys. It's mainly probably the women who I get give the biggest muckers. Or it's the Palangis. Like Palangis just looking at me like, is he part Polynesian or is he just? It's
the first thing, man. It's the first thing that goes in your mind.
Yeah. So, but like, I think Lama and I now we just do our thing, and I think that people are always going to stare at you in life, no matter what. People are going to stare at me because I've got tattoos, or they're going to stare at me because my nose is a bit bigger than others, or because I look like a sloth. I don't know. That's just we just got to keep doing us and keep focusing on us and our family and our friends, and just keep trying to be positive, bro. Because I think people are so negative in life because there's problems in their own lives, and that's why they, And I've been through that. I've been through those areas of where I wasn't enjoying certain parts of my life, or I was quite upset with certain things in my life, and it shows. So, but yeah, I think they just got to work on themselves and do their thing, and just try and not judge as much.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro, 100%, man, and it's crazy because I was looking at that post, and the first thing that came into my mind is whoever it was, right? Whoever was under doing the fake profile account thingy. I knew straight away that they were offended or something.
Yeah,
like 100%, bro. Because if you weren't offended, or if you're just doing it as a joke, you wouldn't have gone that deep.
Yeah.
Because bro, it went deep, man. That was a real deep.
Yeah, he kept trying to start. And that's why I sort of said to him, I was like, "Oh, if you want, bro, you can speak in Samoan. You don't have to speak in English if you're say it to me in Sa because I can still understand it."
Yeah,
I didn't want to do that. And then when they came after Lama, I think that's when I got a bit like, don't. Yeah, you know what I mean, man. Don't. That's the only thing I get a bit protective about is her when people come for her. So, because. I don't know. We don't do any really controversial things, obviously apart from my tattoos and that. And I think the only other controversial thing we did was the Black Lives Matter protest. But we thought we still do know that we were fighting the good fight and doing the right thing. But unfortunately, other people didn't see it in that instance. And that day, that's cool, man. Like that's all good. But yeah, we just, it's all about we are one, and we're just doing what's right for other humans or other races who are struggling. So, anyway, you know what I mean, bro. So,
yeah. No, for sure, man. But bro, in saying that, man, I'm gonna start slowly wrapping up.
Yeah, bro.
Bro. So yeah, like, man, I just want to say thank you so much for jumping on, man. Like, I actually really appreciate you taking out the time. I know that you're a busy man.
Nah, I'm jobless all the time in the world.
Jobless.
Thank goodness, job keeper.
yo.
Thank you, Scott Morrison. Nah.
But yeah, man, I was just saying, man, thank you so much, bro, for jumping on. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing, a bit of insight on your side of the story, on Valaree and your relationship with her. And even just showing, just some of the struggles that you went through. And it was crazy because you didn't really go through much.
Yeah.
But, bro, from the sounds of it, man, like, you're a very empathic person.
Oh, thank you.
So, like, a person that is just willing to understand other people. Like, I can see that, man. I can see that in you, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, I think the older we get, I think the more we try and. Well, I don't know. For me, I feel like the older I get, the more softer I've become in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like that too, or?
Oh, bro, 100%, man. I feel like I'm more of a softie now than what I was probably when I was 18.
Yeah, but when you're 18, you're just indestructible, just right, like.
No, legit, you're like, I didn't give a crap.
Yeah. We're like, now you're like, oh no, and then I don't know, just becoming very, very soft with certain things. Even so, like, even someone's like, oh, do you want to come play footy? And I was like, oh no, I don't want to. I can't do that. I can't go out and whack people for. Like, you know,
legit, bro.
Yeah. Just,
oh man, bro, it's so true, bro. It's so true. I think as you start getting older, you start to realize, oh, yeah, I'm no longer. I don't actually need it now. Like I don't need the hype.
I don't need to go and smack people, but
yeah,
I'd probably be the one getting smacked. Let's be honest. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, bro. I was just saying, man, thank you so much for jumping on. But I guess the last thing I'm trying to get from you, man, is like just from everything that we've spoken about. You know, we've spoken about your story, you know, about your sister and you know her suffering from bipolar, and then from you know, living in Cairns and you know your parents' relationship not coming together, and then even just you know your relationship with Valaree. Like, there's so many things that we shared about today. But bro, just from the conversation that we had, what is one encouragement that you can possibly share today for the people out there that are listening?
I guess the thing that Lam and I, the main thing we always talk about is just being better in all that we can. Being a better human being. I think that's the most important thing in life. We just every day you need to try and be better. Try and help if you can, or just like be better emotionally, be better mentally. Always trying to work on yourself to become, you know, more caring, more loving, more understanding, you know, and I think that's the biggest thing. And to everyone out there, just never know that you're never alone. You know, that if you're ever going through any tough times or you're having your darkest days, just reach out. And don't, like, hey, even reach out to me. Like, I don't just, even if you've never met me, never anything, but just always know that there's someone out there that loves you and that you mean the world to. Even if you don't feel like it or see it because, you know, or you're going through, you're struggling mentally and that. But yeah, that's a big thing for me too, bro. Them two things are probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, no, sweet, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I do believe that people will be encouraged either by the podcast or even by just what you said. So, yeah, man, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me, bro. Honestly, I really appreciate you taking my V plates away from me and chucking on the red peas and ready to go.
Nah, all good, bro. All good, man. But I guess before we finish up, like, what's the best way that people can contact you? In terms of like, you know, what's the best way that anyone got any questions? Yeah,
bro, Instagram. Like I'll always on Instagram. If you message me, I'll always message you back. Unless it's unless you're trying to slide into my DMs, which I've only ever had that happen twice, and it's been two guys. So
what the heck?
Two guys. Yeah. So. But yeah, just message me on Instagram, and I'll promise that, because I've had people always, like, some people want to know things, or you know, whether it's about travel, whether it's about just curiosity about anything in life. Yeah, honestly, message me. I'll always be there to help out in any way possible. And yeah, I always want to see people achieve their goals and chase their dreams, man. That's the best thing in the world, is seeing other people succeed while you're trying to succeed. So yeah, Instagram. Sorry, I'd rattled on a bit.
Yeah, Instagram.
Insta.
Yes.
Sorry, also I talk too much caca sometimes.
Nah, that's all good, bro. It's all good, man. But yeah, so for those that are watching this video, it'll be down in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. But if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, it'll just go to our Instagram. He'll be featured on there, and his links will be in there, so we'll get that all sorted. Other than that, guys, that's all that we got for this podcast, bro. Thank you so much, man, again, for jumping on board.
Thank you so much.
And
I love just quickly, I love what you're doing too, man. Honestly, what you're doing and what you're trying to bring out there and put out there for everyone, it's awesome, bro. And you should be so proud of yourself for doing all this. And I love watching your journey, and we'll definitely continue to watch and support you on your way.
Bro, appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love.
Of course, bro. Of course.
All right, all good. So guys, that's all we got. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you later.